What's up, everybody? I've been super lax on my Carolina Panthers coverage, and I apologize for that. Just a lot of stuff going on. The Braves season in full swing, so many moves every single day. Carolina Hurricanes playoff run, family coming in and out, and all of this jazz. I just haven't found the greatest time to cover the draft, and it's not like I'm an expert by any means in terms of the prospects and what they could be, but I can tell you I'm very, very excited. Obviously, T-Mac was a very polarizing pick for a lot of people, but all I need to know is that Bryce Young wanted him and stood on the table for him, and Bryce Young, what he did last year, at the end of last year, developing the way he did, he needs a number one target, and it feels like that they have an already amazing rapport. 6'5", led college football in third down conversions and contested catches, and that's all I really need to know. I know we've struggled with our first round wide receiver picks in recent years, and just wide receiver picks in general for the most part. I mean, there's been some great ones in there, don't get me wrong, but the continuity of figuring out who you want and the excitement that Bryce Young had, that's enough for me. And I like the fact that they were very convicted in the pick. He had 18 total touchdowns, and he's not afraid to go in the middle and take the hard hits and do all the little things. I know the big bugaboo for people was the amount of lack of separation he was getting, but I don't think we're going to know that as quickly as people think, because obviously he was the number one target for Arizona, so they're obviously going to put more defenders around T-Mac, and at least that's my perspective. So I'm really excited, and he seems like a great kid, great personality, and again, Bryce Young stood on the table for him, and this is who he wanted, and the continuity there as an organization is enough for me. We did a heck of a job beefing up the defensive line with Sorkin and Princely in back-to-back picks, and Cam Jackson out of Florida with our 5th round pick. Wow. You want to say, where's the beef? You got it. And obviously, this opens up some conversation about Jadeveon Clowney. Will we make a move there? We could, definitely, because you're getting younger, more versatile, and I really like that we did that, just in so many ways. And safety, Luther Ransom, I believe. I think I said that right. Lutheran Ransom from Ohio State. That's another run stuffer from the safety position. A great pair with Morag, who we signed from the Raiders this offseason. I think we've done a fabulous job of reshaping the defense, and the depth and versatility is definitely there. Adding Derek Brown back from his injury is going to play huge. The one thing I do worry about is that we didn't necessarily address linebacker. But Nomura, the undrafted free agent we signed from Fresno State, is a guy that a lot of people have looked for. So that might be a name to keep track of as we are in camp and whatnot. But there's still some moves to be made. Obviously, the decision whether to keep Clowney or not with the, I believe, 13.7 million cap hit. It's a interesting dynamic there. But there is one thing that I really appreciate is getting ETN out of Georgia. I know people are like, why? But you got Rico Dowdle on a 1-year deal. And Chuba Hubbard's going to be your number one back, but he can also add some creativity, versatility, and change of pace back and be used as a decoy. You can honestly have those 3 running backs on the field at the same time to create some creativity, and he could help out in possibly the return game, special teams. I doubt it with Horn Jr. being in the fold because he averaged 29.9 yards per return at Colorado. That is another thing that I've enjoyed getting to know these prospects and how they fit in our roster is the depth and versatility at the wide receiver position now is going to be very interesting and very fun to follow, adding one of the better route runners, Hunter Renfrow, to a contract as well, 1-year deal. He was retired, had some health issues. I think he's figured that out now, and he was one of the best route runners before retired a couple of years ago. But so that'll be interesting as well. You got Adam Thielen. You think Xavier Legette will take a step forward, or you would hope, because you may be able to put him in a slot position. And you've got a couple of undrafted free agent guys to look at as well. Excuse me, Kobe Hudson and George out of the University of Miami as well. So that's very intriguing. I think it's been, the wide receiver room is the most deep and talented the Panthers may ever have had, honestly. And that's really exciting to even think about, the versatility and the skill sets that are all there, and the flashes of potential that we've seen from Coker, Legette. Even though Legette obviously frustrated us a lot, but usually you take a step forward in the year 2, year 3, and with the less pressure and the more options you have, I think it should be a great thing for Bryce Young and Dave Canales to work those things through and out. Mitchell Evans adds another versatile offensive piece, 6'5", 245 tight end, really good run blocking tight end from what I've seen, had 4 touchdowns as well. And then you've got Tommy Trimble, who was creating a great rapport and chemistry with Bryce Young at the end there. So I think that is awesome to add that. And in the 5th round too, pretty good value. And he can definitely emerge. I think he could be a dark horse of the entire draft. From what I've seen and read about the potential of Mitchell Evans, but he can do both and all. And let's be honest, we've had to deal with Ian Thomas for longer than any of us wanted to. So some fresh faces and some continuity in the tight end room, with Jadavian Sanders being as young as he did, but having as young as he is and as many flashes as he's had, you take that and you run with it as well. Again, I've said it a lot in this video already, but depth, versatility, and obviously you'll see how everything plays out, and injuries are going to play a big factor, but also getting your entire offensive line, plus picking up Ike Ekwonu's 5th-year option, That was a bit of a question, but the continuity there as well. It feels like could be a jumping off point year, given how everything shaped up last year at the end. Obviously, our defense was god awful. We all know it. And I think we did a fantastic job of addressing everything. Obviously, yeah, you would like to see linebacker, maybe a reunion with Shaq Thompson. I don't know. But linebacker is going to be the one thing that you're going to look at and say, maybe. But usually those things work themselves out, emerge, or Dan Morgan's going to do some more magic. But I think this is the most confident / optimistic that I've been for quite some time with the Carolina Panthers and how everything is starting to shape up, and it's great to feel that way. You could feel the energy in the draft calls to the draft picks that we made. Everyone is feeling the good vibes and continuing to add veterans and having that nice melting pot of veterans, rookies, different skill sets throughout the roster. It's fantastic, and obviously we'll see how it plays out, but super, super excited. Very, very happy. We also did add a kicker, Ryan Fitzgerald. He was 13 of 13 in kicks last year, 5 of 5 from 50 plus, 58 of 74 in his 5-year career, mostly at Florida State. So we'll see how that works out as well, because special teams became a bugaboo at the very end. So we'll see how that plays out. But super, super excited. As always, keep pounding. Go Panthers. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Helps out a lot. Thanks, guys.